Welcome to the Committee 101, City Authority and City Codes. The City Council is the legislative and policy-making body of the city. The City Code outlines the authority and functions of your board, and boards are appointed by council authority and functions are delegated by the council. You cannot expend funds or obligate the city for payment without prior approval. This prior approval happens through the budget process. You have a council liaison, you prepare an annual work plan, you report to the council quarterly, and you have elected either a chair and vice chair or co-chairs. This slide is the Park and Rec Commission's responsibilities as written in the City Code. You are serving as an advisory capacity to the council on information related to parks within the community and park plans. To fully read this, you can go on the city's website. This is a suggested annual timeline. The meetings in April are required meetings. The rest of the meetings are just a great idea about when they should happen. So in January, talk about your project plan, what you want to do for the next year. February, start on your budget. In March, you want to approve your budget and your project plan. You'll also review new applicants for the board. In April, you have your presentation to the City Council, which presents your plan and your budget. You'll also usually receive this training in April. And that's when your new term starts for new committee members. It's a good idea at the end of the year to do a year-end review, especially on any projects or events, to see if you want to include them for next year. These are just general expectations. Read the packet, arrive on time. If you're going to be absent, notify your staff member. And if you don't have capacity, because things change in life, please resign so someone else can serve. The roles and responsibilities of the board chair and vice chair. The chair and vice chair or co-chairs are selected at the first meeting in April. The chair presides over the meetings and is responsible for communication with City Council and your staff. The chair works with staff prior to the meetings to determine the agenda. They work with the committee to keep them on track on your goals and projects, and they run the meetings, keeping it on the agenda and managing the interactions with the public. If the chair is absent, the vice chair will take on these duties. Taryn is your staff support person. She is responsible for managing your AV equipment, helping create and post the meeting packet and agenda. She may assist with minutes or background research, but any specific tasks would be assigned by her superior, and direct program support is only available based on the city's budget and capacity. Committees and commissions are advisory boards, and under Oregon law, they're considered public bodies, and as a result, you must comply with open meeting laws. This includes providing notice for all meetings, meetings being open to the public, including a virtual option for attendance, and minutes being created for each meeting. A quorum is a majority of members, and a meeting is defined as any time there is a quorum of members who deliberate on board issues. This is true in social settings or digital communications, so you want to be careful about discussing board business, such as if all of you are attending an event. You don't want to discuss anything that might be on a future agenda. If you end up having a meeting and there's not a quorum, you'll have to reschedule the meeting. You can't make any decisions without a quorum. If you're carrying out business decided at a public meeting, such as planning an event, your work group cannot have a quorum of members. It's a good idea to draw in additional volunteers to assist with this work. All public meetings, except for emergencies, should have at least 72 hours notice. Our meetings are broadcast via Zoom and recorded to be available for later viewing. And be careful with your emails or other communications. If you are discussing committee business with a majority of members, that is considered a public meeting. Public records is any writing in any form which relates to the business of the board. This includes emails, text messages, and social media posts. Even if this is your social media, your personal email, your personal phone, or your personal social media. If it is related to the business of the board, that could be considered a public record. Committee members, as public officials, must act in accordance with Oregon's ethic laws. This prohibits you from gaining financially or preventing a financial loss as a result of your position. This is not just you, but anything that could impact you, your family member, or your business. If you have something that might impact you, you must declare this conflict of interest, and you may need to refrain from discussion or voting. So here's a couple scenarios. A potential conflict is when the effect could be a financial benefit or prevent financial harm. This is to yourself, your family, your business, or any family member's business. You need to announce that publicly before discussion, but you could still participate in the discussion, debate, and vote. For example, this example really pertains to the Planning Commission, but it gives you an idea. You own property which may be impacted by a change in zoning regulations. The property is not for sale, and you're not looking to develop this property. So if a change in zoning regulations for your property is on your agenda, you would have to declare a potential conflict, but you could still participate in the debate, discussion, and vote. However, if that same piece of property is for sale, then you would have to abstain or not discuss, debate, or vote on that issue. And the difference is it could be harm or will it be harm or benefit? You are appointed to this position to represent the public. Keep this in mind when having discussions with fellow members and the public. Each member brings an important point of view, and many points of view produce good policy. You should have in your packet a code of conduct. I like to think of this code of conduct as the things we learned at kindergarten. Be civil, be professional, act with decorum, be nice to each other and kind. Please read the code of conduct and sign the last page and return it to your staff member. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to me. My email and phone number are listed in the presentation. Thank you very much.